Hey guys, Mr. Page here. Today we are going to explore my take on Mono Blue Tempo for the best of one grind on Arena. I kept track of 100 games with this deck in the Diamond rank and achieved a 56% win rate. The key card in this deck is Curious Obsession. Attacking with an obsessed creature on turn 2 is a great start down the path to victory. We run a set of 10 1-drops to put the Obsession on. 4 Siren Storm Tamers, 4 Terramanders, 1 Mistcloaked Herald, and 1 Benthic Biomancer. The Sirens double as a way to protect our other threats. Terramander does a great Tombstalker impression in the late game. Mistcloaked Herald is the best creature to put an Obsession on, but the worst creature on its own. The Biomancer can grow himself and loot away a land, and has good synergy with our counterspells. Ideally, we don't need to activate him, but things don't always go according to plan. For interaction, we run 4 Dive Down and 2 Spell Pierce to protect the turn 2 Dream play. 4 Wizard's Retort, 2 Essence Capture, and 1 Quench allow us to protect our plan and disrupt theirs as the game goes on. 4 Merfolk Trickster give us a great play if we hold up a counterspell but our opponent just dirtles their turn away. Trickster is also great at ambushing creatures in the mirror or Gitu Lava Runners. 4 Tempest Djinn give us a ridiculously cheap threat, who can also act as a roadblock against the other fast decks. We finish the deck off with 4 Ops and 2 Charter Course to smooth out our draws. This leaves rooms for 19 basic islands. I am tempted to cut another island for Spell Pierce and try to take advantage of the best of one hand smoothing algorithm, but that is a chance I didn't want to take. A hand like this might be good for a normal Magic deck, but when you are running 10 1-drops, you can't play normal Magic. We need to hit the ground running. Just disrupting them won't work. Trade those 7 in for 6 and a scry. The Dream Start is what I call the curious case of Terramander. You can and should keep any hand with Island, 1-drop, and Curious Obsession. And I do mean any hand. Okay, so I started to track my games when I hit Diamond, and after 100 games with 56 wins, I'm at Diamond 1. Here's what the field looked like. 25 Mono Red, 19 Mirrors, 13 Esper Control, 10 White Aggro decks, and 8 Nexus combos make up the majority of the meta. Against Red deck wins, I went 14 and 11 with a 56% win rate. When 2 blazing fast decks collide like this, the game degrades back into real Magic. They are going to point burn at your dudes, and we are going to counter their card draw spells. Fear the Chain Whirler on turn 3. You will win a lot of games with the Djinn on turn 4, plus Dive Down. They will try to 1-for-2 the Djinn, and denying that will bury them. I faced the mirror 19 times with a 57% win rate. The key cards here are the Curious Obsessions and the Djinns. Find spots to stick yours and try to save counter mana up to stop theirs. Don't forget that your Tricksters can eat their unblockable guys. Whatever you do, don't try and play Obsession defensively. It falls off if you don't attack, and I've seen a lot of players try and stall out the 1-1 flyer race with a 2-2 flyer. And then they shame concede. You can sometimes force the Obsession to fall off in the same way with a timely Trickster tap. Another tip here is if you're on the draw with a Spell Pierce and don't have your Obsession, you want to hold off on your 1-drop and try to counter their Obsession. Esper Control, 9 and 4 for a 69% win rate. Giggity. Not much to say here. Play threats and counter wraths. Don't counter any card draw, save it for the big threats. White Aggro, 3 and 7 for a horrid 30% win rate. This is the counter to our deck. They are fast enough to outrace the card advantage from Curious Obsession, and they go wide enough that we can't buy time with our Tricksters and chump blocking. One way you can win this match is to counter the Venerated Loxodon, but his variable mana cost means you can't even save up counter spells for the key turn. We can merge the versions of Nexus combo decks and get a 7-1 record at 86%. We put on enough pressure and have enough counter spells to disrupt them, making this an easy match. One of those wins was from me being stubborn and not conceding. He fizzled out with 7 cards left in his deck and 5 or 6 free turns in the queue. He was firing off his Root Snares in my upkeep to avoid a drawn counterspell, but that meant that my army was untapped, and I guess he was skimping on win conditions. The 3-2 Mystics couldn't get through, and I countered 1 Krasis. I hate that I won that game because it means that it's right never to concede against them. What a miserable experience that matchup is. Enough flapping my gums, let's get to some gameplay. But before that, could I ask you to consider subscribing? It will help you find more great content like this, and it will help me find more great viewers like you. Win-win. And now, on with the games. Alright, here we are loading into our first game with the Mono Blue Tempo deck. Can't keep this 1-lander, I don't think. If we had a Curious Obsession, that'd be good, but we're too likely to just do nothing here. This hand's got the Obsession, but no 1-drop. I think we're going to keep it, though. It seems more likely to win than a 5-card hand. If we can scry a 1-drop, we're in business. I guess we're on the draw, so we're not, or on the play rather. We're not that in business. Business is slow today. This guy doesn't have evasion either, so we could get ruined pretty easy here. We got ruined. Okay, so we can't get an obsession hit in. We could try to counter his 3-drop, or we can dig for the land to get our Jins out. This guy is a wizard, so I think I'm going to go with that play. No 3-drop. We're still going to counter it. This is the riskier line for sure, but if there's an island on top anyways... Well, there wasn't. Let's try to find that island. Well, these games happen, I guess. I'm tempted to check the obsession, but that might let us get back into the game. I guess I could check the essence capture under the assumption that I won't be... Like, I'll be able to run these guys out the next couple turns and I won't have any mana up anyways. But the essence capture is a pretty good backup if I have to opt and I do find the island. Then I'll have two mana up. So I guess we'll drop the dive down. Luckily he's stuck on 2 mana as well. He's got a lot more going on though. Alright. He did draw his 3rd land that turn. He just played his 2-drop first. Milled the Chupacabra. What does that mean? Okay, he doesn't have land 4. Let's get this party started. I think if he had removal, it likely would have been fired off there instead of the Branchwalker. So I'm going to leave him vulnerable. And now we could get burned by a Chupacabra he already had in hand. But if he has a Vraska's Contempt or anything like that, the Essence Capture wasn't going to help anyway. Vraska.
I only pick targets that is
Herald's not going to do a whole lot at this point.
I grow bored with this fight.
Door's open for him to finally start attacking a little bit. We could adapt this guy and use the dive down to eat the 3/2. I guess we'll use the dive down to counter the
People, not
activated ability here. Strange.
No one knows the wilds like I do.
That seems wrong to me to not kill this Jin off. Guess we get to eat the branch walker now. Guess we'll lose the essence capture. I could double block this guy and kill him instead, but I'd rather get this guy killed off. Actually, come to think of it, I'm just going to let him die. We'll save the dive down. I'd rather use it to protect a Jin. Yeah, I have no idea why he didn't kill my Jin there.
Not again.
Wish I had that essence capture. So can I race here? I could get in for 12. And then 12 again. And he can hit me for 12. And I even am protected from one trigger of this guy. And I could save these guys back just to chump block. Seems like a good path to victory. I assume he's going to minus this time.
The wild wasn't meant to be contained.
That should be game. Didn't expect to win that one. We definitely stumbled on lands really bad, but luckily our opponent had some trouble in that department too. Storm Tamer says no. Alright. This hand does not seem likely to win. Like, the Jins are really good. So it is borderline keepable, I think. Hard to say, though. We could flood out so easy. Let's go to 6. It just seems too likely to dirtle. No, I'm going to keep it. We'll see for science. Mulliganing with this deck seems quite a bit harder than most decks. Storm Siren was a good draw. These Revitalizes are really good against like the red aggressive decks, but in our case, we really don't care too much about it. I'm going to save this for 4 mana. It's just way too likely to die. Now we're very vulnerable to a Kaya's Wrath, though. That's unfortunate. If he just takes this hit, I think I have to hold back. But if he plays a removal on one of them, then I'll play the Jhin. Yeah, see, that's a good sign. You wouldn't do that if you had a Wrath in the queue. Maybe that's a Wrath. Nope, that was a land. Just to mortify. I'm tempted to trade the onboard trick here. If there was only one Siren, maybe that would make more sense, but he's gonna know I have shields up no matter what anyway, so. So if we can just fade Kaya's Wrath for a few turns, we'll be good. Perfect, an actual counterspell. Now I want him to draw Kaya's Wrath. Use up all his mana. Taking one for the team. Yeah, see, that's why Revitalize doesn't really hurt us much. Like, that's half a turn of Jhin hits. Against red decks, it's like a whole card. That land was a great draw. Keeps us lethal, even if we have to sack the Storm Tamer. Booyah! Got him. Spreadsheet Simulator. It's against Esper Control. And that's a W. Just copy these down. Alright. I don't really have a set plan for how long this video is going to go, but maybe we'll just 4-0 right up into Mythic. I wouldn't mind that. Ah, we finally got the God draw here. See if he can stop us. Mulling to 4 is not a good start to stopping us. So that must be some sort of Rakdos build. The good thing about this kind of creature enchantment strategy is you're not vulnerable like you would normally be. Because the Obsession replaced itself, so even if he does have a shock here, it's not the end of the world. Carnival's a little too late. It's unfortunate, but... We're so low on resources already. I think we're in decent shape. Start to get some pressure on. He's still gonna Spearer, even though we are the aggro here. Gave him a note for the Carnival to poke us for 1, but no big deal. We get 2 damage. So hopefully he draws some creatures. If he ends up with a bird-heavy hand, we might actually be in trouble. That was a good draw, though. That'll counter a burn spell. It's another hidden feature of the Storm Tamers, is they can counter lightning bolts at your face. You can also counter risk factors, but we're so high on life, I'm just gonna take the damage here. Against red, like, we're the aggressive deck, so, like, risk factor's not good when you're trying to be the control deck. Get this guy out of range of carnivals and whatnot. And other fanatical firebrands. That might actually bring the scoop. That might bring the scoop. Nope, he's in it for the long haul. I agree with that. I don't like conceding. I assume that was his draw, so our 1/1 is safe from that instant. Potential instant. That was another creature. And that gives us lethal. Well, I guess this guy's not unblockable. Well, but now he's had enough. Alright. So we're going to call that mono red. I don't know about the spear spewers. Maybe that's some new technology. Metagame might be shifting. But mono blue against a red deck wins. We get the victory. Oops, I forgot to show you guys my typing. Alright. See if we can 4-0 our way up into Mythic. We got the combo again and double Jin backup. I like where this one's going. And a turn 2 Wizard's Retort. Well, I guess turn 2 has other plans. Ooh. White Weenie, our worst matchup, but we got a very good draw. Not going to make it easy to hit Mythic. Okay, we got our third island. We might be okay here. Tempest Djinns can roadblock them pretty good here. Oh, Selesnya. I haven't played this matchup much. I assume it's got to be a fair amount better. Just going to make this trade. Get the lifelinker off the board. Well, we're getting the huge blocker out. I think it's still good to make this trade. We're not going to have a mana up for him this turn anyway. I'm just going to run this out now. Our draw steps from this isn't going to change anything. I wonder how these guys interact. Tap it. It loses all abilities is another sentence. Huh. I am not sure. Couple saplings. So, best bluff ever, or he's got +2/+2? I think he's got +2/+2. Might have been best bluff ever. Hopefully I draw land off of this. Nice. This time I'll save the dive down. Now I can play into his combat trick, no problem. Now he's got himself a flyer. I can trickster that down though. Now I have lethal. I guess he has a lifelinker. So I need to draw a land to actually have lethal. So I think we just blocked the biggest guy. Blocking her is good too, though. Yeah, I'll block her. I'll take one more damage now, but it'll keep more guys from spewing out in case he has a way to make this game keep going. So we need to draw an island to close the game. Holy balls! That's not the pump spell I was planning to thwart. Alright. Well played. So if I trickster him I don't think I can trickster him down. He'll be up to block next turn. So if I smash with him down to 7, then I am once again a land away from lethal. And that way this guy's back to block a 1/1. And then I'll have 2-drop Sky Steamer and dive down. We've got a plan. I don't know if it's going to work. He's gaining life too, I guess. That sucks. Maybe he'll draw an elephant and just tap his army for me. He's got 13 power out. That might mean he's going to elephant here. Doing that early. No. 4, 5, 6, 7 in the air. He's going to gain 2 life, though. So even a land would not give me lethal. So I guess we're in this for the little bit longer term than we thought. Should we see what this does? For science. I'm disappointed in science. So she still had that ability. She saw herself get tapped. Got second thoughts on the all-out attack. Okay, so he must have a Convoke. So eat the lifelinkers. Now I'm taking 3, 4, just 4. Tempted to get use of the dive down here. go dead to another Might of the Masses. No, he doesn't have an instant. His turn passed too quick. But I assume there's some sort of convoke-y thing going on. Yep. Guess I should have held the Trickster back and just countered him. I think we're pretty dead now. We can take 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We can let them through. So we need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 blockers. We don't have that. Okay, we're going to do this. Our only hope is he does the wrong block. And lets us draw a note. And he is tempted to do the wrong block. And that's a loss to Selesnya Aggro. I guess I shouldn't be rude to him. We were bookkeeping on our own time. Is that mid-range or aggro? I guess that version is definitely aggro. Tokens? Is that what people call it? Sure. Alright. 3 steps forward, 1 step back. Kirby Cookie. We played this guy a couple games ago. He was on mono red, I think. This hand does not beat mono red. This hand doesn't beat very much. Your opponent goes first. Okay, this time we can scry Wander up to the top and not be quite as slow as before. Oh, that's greedy. Oh, that's greedy. No, he wasn't the mono red player. Oh, wait, he knocked. No, we're not winning this game by being passive. Good, no quench. Deputy. Well, this is awkward. Just counter whatever we can. Try to stay in this game. No, you can't run that out. It would fall off. As tempting as it is to spend your mana efficiently. Just gonna take this. We certainly have a path back into this game by protecting our guy here. Exile target non-land permanent and opponent controls. Okay, so we can't force him to eat his own stuff. let's hope he's out of removal. We're all in. Wow. And at least they all replace themselves. Maybe I'll draw an island and another dive down. Called it. Oh yeah, Deputy's pretty good. This time we will let it go because he could take our. Wait, did he target the Curiosity or Terry? How do I know what he targeted? What the hell? Well, I have to assume he targeted Terry, but the right play there is absolutely to target the Obsession. Oh, what the hell, game? Like, I should have known. Bullshit. I could have activated him instead of playing this guy, but... Oh, that is so annoying. I guess it looked like the arrow wasn't centered on him, but he was tapped, like... Alright, let's do this properly. We got 4, so take 4 of our mana. He's got 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So he has lethal. We have to hold him back to block anyways, I think. Because we can't bump him and Trickster. So we'll just send the Jin. Still sets up the kill next turn. Can't quench that. We'll have to retort it, which will leave 2 mana up. That should be fine. Sometimes you want to run the Trickster up first, just to be more mana efficient, but in this case we're good. Quench doesn't do anything there. But I think we have it. Nice, despite that weird interface. But at least we're learning. If the arrow is slightly offset, it means it's targeting the creature enchantment. So what was that? Bant mid-range, I guess? Let's get the queue rolling. Type in our paperwork. Bant mid-range. Oh, I missed, we lost against tokens there. Filled that out wrong. Okay, back to the game. We don't have the combo, but we do have... This is decent, though. I'm going to keep it. Tempest Jin's good enough to win the game. Opponent's got a mulligan. So we're going to start with the Biomancer because we can keep up Wizard's Retort or his Adapt. What do we want to do here? I think we'll just pass. We'll just use the retort while it That's the curve. Oh, nice. Very nice. So if we find a land, we can get the Storm Tamer out to protect him. Very nice. Feeling mythic rank here. That's a good start to answering this. Nope, needed a shock, not another firebrand. Guess this lets him get in, but I'm okay with that. Strange. He missed that it has haste? Why would he hold that back? Yeah, you're good enough to move on top. Tempted to dig for protection, but I don't think that's necessary. Oh, this guy doesn't have evasion. That's why you hold it back. Denies the card draw. I don't think that's a winning play, though. But best you can do. Now he's got my Curious guy down, but the Jin army is starting. We'll go with an Obsessed Jin instead of a second Jin. I think I'll go with the variety rather than the Jin. I want to ambush this Lava Runner. Hello, my friend. Alright. That should give us Mythic. Rank up. Very nice. And a card award. Wow, a Mythic. Wow, horrible Mythic. So where's my rank? Do I get a number? 750. We got a ways to go to get to top 8, but it's nice to break through into Mythic, and now we can see our score. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed this look into the blue-white tempo deck and a little bit of gameplay. My name's Mr. Page, and I'll see you next time. Like and subscribe.